All right, here we are. Apparently, I'm popular. So if I smelt all of this, and then I put it on this bus, that's brick, that's glass, that's going to be something else. Oh, look, there's my car. Oh, I think I was waiting for that power armor. Electric engines, modular armor, green, or blue. No, I can't make blue. I haven't developed the ability to make blue yet. Okay. Oh. There went to faceless. Yeah, I can do this all day, guys. So here is where I'm going to have to start, or wanting to start, intermediates. So I'm going to have a bunch of belts coming down. I don't know what they're going to have on them. But at some point, they're going to have stuff. And I'm going to make things. Which, I don't know if you're aware of it, that consists of stuff and things. Now, I really only wanted a gap of 2 in between here. And I somehow gave myself a gap of 3. And I'm not really happy with that. Because I suspect I'm going to have a lot more stuff on here. So, we're going to make an adjustment. I don't know if all of these are going to get used this way, but this is where I am. The bots in K2 aren't terrible. They don't start out so slow as to be painful. They're actually faster than me, which is surprising. Did you take a long time to recharge, though? So when I look at the intermediates that I need in the base over here, and that's how I look at what I'm going to create over here. Right, so if I anticipate that I am going to have roboports, and I probably will, and I'm going to use the same pattern I've used everywhere else I've played the game, roboports are going to end up here. um, you know, I'll have some challenges around this stuff. And red belts will help with that. Might be restricted on what I can do until I get there. But what are my intermediates that I have here? I've got iron gears, iron beams, copper cable, some sort of part. There's green circuits. Now, I get 4 gears out of 4 plates. So in base Factorio, I get a gear out of 2 plates. So it's advantageous for me to put gears on a belt, because it saves belt space. But in this case, it doesn't. So there's no value in making a gear pre-assembler. Iron beams, I get 1 iron beam out of 2 plates. So this is the equivalent of the gears. So it makes sense for me to put iron beams on a belt. Steel beams, same thing. Sticks, I get 8 sticks from 4 iron plate. Do not put those on a belt. 8 sticks from 4. So that doubles its belt usage. Inserter parts. I'm taking 4 sticks and 4 gears and getting 2 parts. So I'm taking 8 things off the belt and I'm putting 2 things on. That's a huge belt savings. Electronics components, which takes glass and silicon and plastic. So I would need to be able to get plastic onto my bus coming down here. So we're going to hold off on that. But again, that's a guaranteed on the bus thing. Automation core, 6, 4, 4, and it takes 2. So that's a guaranteed as well. So I see 4 things that I need to put on the bus right now. Inserter parts, automation core, iron beam, steel beam. So there's going to be this. Ironically, there it is. Iron beam I'm going to put over here, and steel beam I'm going to put next to it. And inserter parts are going to go on the other side to balance that out. Excellent. So let's design this. This is your typical, wait, what? I have no do I have assemblers being made here? Do I even make assemblers? Yes, I do. How do I not have these in my inventory? Come here, car. We're going for a ride. I'm not going to want sentries in my inventory anymore either. So let's just turn those off so they stop coming around. And I'm pretty much going to start ignoring that combat, or that attack thing. Is there anything I should be paying attention to here? You're not balanced for some reason. Is it because you're being drawn in imbalanced? Yeah, we're pretty much only drawing off of this side, so only this side is pulling. Dude, where's my car? Dude. I haven't seen Ilham stream in a long time. Oops. All right, so you're going to take 2 in of iron and you're going to take 2 in of steel. Now this is going to be steel here. And this is going to be iron in the middle, or on this side. So I've decided that this is going to be copper, this is going to be coke, this is steel, or this is iron. So then, now, I'm also realizing here that plastic is probably going to come out of here. Plastic right now is this, which is just coal and some sort of fluid. You know, whatever this is, it's going to be plastic. And if plastic comes out of there, I need coal out of there. Unfortunately, this is my coal. This is what I've traditionally used for smelting, so if this is my coal, and this is my coke, I don't really want to rely on whatever's left over, but I've only got 2 belts of coal coming in, and I would need to send a belt of coal up and over here and get it to here. I think I'm okay with that. So if I put this here, leave a gap of 2 just in case. That's going to be coal. Do I have any undergrounds for coal? Yeah, I do. Okay. That's coal. You should become an underground. And then coal is going to come here as a resource, assuming that we do our RoboPort thing here as we're doing there. Then RoboPorts are going to go here and here and here and here, although I don't know why I would bring RoboPorts all the way up here. There's not much value in it. But assuming RoboPorts go there, might as well bring this as the closest. Now, if my memory serves me right, my favorite design for... Oh, this isn't going to be plastic. This is going to be cracking. So I need a place for plastic and a place for sulfur. But I've got all this other crap that's going to get in the way. What other things do I have here? Fertilizer, rare metals, steel plate. Thought I already had steel plate. Enriched copper, lithium, battery, explosives. Probably gonna go with battery here. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna go with battery there. I'm gonna go with battery and... No, I'm not. I'm going to go with sulfur here. Sulfur and sulfuric acid. Sulfur here. And sulfuric acid. Oh, wait, this one. Yeah, this one will be sulfur. So we'll put sulfur over here. We'll convert this to sulfuric acid. That'll be batteries. This will be plastic. And I'm sure there's some sort of thing I'll put here that will fill in this. Because look at all that random crap I've got to deal with. And something else will go here. So if that's plastic, then this is not where coal is going to go. Acha! Hello and welcome. So if that's plastic, then that means coal's got to go on this bus. And if coal's going to go on this bus, oh yeah, I'm looking forward to it, all right. I am very much looking forward to the expansion. I was watching Colonel Will talk about it, and he's like, well, if you we don't use, you know, the way that they've laid it out is that you're going to have to go to Planet A in order to get the stuff for artillery, and Planet B to get the stuff for cliff explosives. He's like, well, I don't use artillery, and we need cliff explosives, so that determines what we're going to do. And I'm exactly the opposite. I need artillery, and I turn off cliffs, so... You know, that kind of determines, and that kind of satisfies the goal of what the designers are trying to do, right? Is to say, play your way, make your choice. It's kind of like them between purple science and yellow science. Which one comes first? So, That means I need to bring coal onto this bus. And it should have come right here. But I didn't do that. And so now I have to deal with the how to bring the coal onto this bus problem and where to bring it. So we're going to put plastic way down here. Way down, we're going to go with the plastic. Plastic doesn't need a gap, so it's just going to go like that. Actually, the question is, no. So that's going to be petroleum gas coming in. That's 10 of those. We assume that this is going to be plastic coming out. That's fine for that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to want to do a little dipsy-do thing here so that we can rebalance that. We're good there. So if that's the case there, this is the earliest we can go with this. You have longer range. Just in case we need coal for something else, which we do because there's explosives, I'm sure. We're going to do this and that. Oh, wait. You need coal, don't you? Darn it. I've been saying this the whole time, and I completely, like, zonked it here. So this doesn't work. Let's go back to something we know works. So you're going to pick up coal from the far side. The question becomes, what's the balancer look like? The answer is it probably doesn't have one. So if I go like this, I can't put one there. I can't put one here. If I shove you over, I still don't have room to put one. So, no balancer for you? So that's that. That means I need to get coal here. So we're going to bring that coal there. We're going to bring this coal right here. So that's where that coal is going. This one we know does that. We don't know what that one does. We should apply the same principle there as we are here and here, even though it's only 2. Which is to say that we bring it to the middle and then send it out. Also, it looks like I put these things on the wrong place, so now I'm going to make some slight adjustments to all of these. And that's okay. So, we're actually bringing 4 here, aren't we? Because we're assuming this is... Oh, I see what's going on. I am assuming that this is not going to be coke. So why bring it down here, then just send it back out? But if I'm going to follow my philosophies, I would do this. So if I put this where my traditional alignment goes, then it's more like this. And I'm okay with that. The underbelt lines up with the power pole's footprint. And that's okay. You're steel, and I am assuming that steel has a horrible ratio, because it always does. Oh wait, you don't come out here. You're just here. Good. That's already going to be claimed by some form of chemical plant and chemical plant and some chemical plants and a chemical plant. Yeah. If this is going to be iron, and it's going to take 2. So that's one of them. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I can feed 10. What is your numbers? I can feed 10 on a you produce in 2 seconds, relatively fast, a beam. So 5 of you is half a belt, or 10 of you is half a belt. Do I have any chemical plants on me? If you are my feed, then you're going to go here and here and here. Thanks, Etra. Enjoy your dinner. Power poles. If I milk these power poles for what they're worth, then the power poles are going to go like that. And I'm okay with that. There's 5. So I'm going to have to use this. If I take that... and then I just replicate it here. Now we're not going to do you. Iron beam. That's going to get me some stuff. I actually need you to end here so that I can take advantage of that first slot. Iron is the center 2. Iron is these 2. Steel we have not identified, but it's there. going to balance after a pull off. Steel will be 1 belt. I'm going to put it all the way in the middle, or towards the middle. Not really liking this music, so probably going to change it in a moment. Can't do Elder Scrolls stuff while I'm recording because YouTube doesn't like it. Try this. I already don't like it. So this thing is going to need for its input sticks, and copper. Four copper, four sticks, four gears. So, of all the options that I have, this is the only thing that makes sense. And then the output is every 2 seconds. But I've also got to make sticks and gears. Which also needs iron. And I'd be willing to bet is going to consume quite a bit of it. 8 sticks. So you're going to consume an output, and if I output you, it's going to be a near lane. You're going to consume an output, and that'll go there. No, that's terrible, John. Whattheheck.com. It's not even close to what you should be doing. So I'm going to bring iron in from way out there, copper from there, and you're not going to bring anything. You're just an intermediate, which is not how I normally do it. So let's not do that. Normally the intermediate is right there, so that means that you go there. You're the copper. So you're out. line. That's fine. That's what I'm going to do. And then for output, just go like that. Now, what I'll probably do, put the output on long-handed. Oh, you actually reached there. And then bring the copper in here. You used to be that stick, and the sticks have special instructions. And then you stop existing. Ad break in 40 seconds. Ask your questions now. I would need 5 of these sticks and 10 of these gears. And they would eat an entire belt. And it might run a little longer than I want it to. Because that would go here, and that would go here. And this would start here. So this would, excuse me, have a similar pattern. And by similar, I mean identical. Except for that's 5. And that's 5. And if I do all 10 of those, then this doesn't, I can't fit it in where I want to fit it. So trim 2 of these off and 1 of these off. And I'm closer. One and 2. And that's pretty much what we're going to have. Next up, what else do I make here as intermediates that I want to put on a bus? Not putting copper cable on there, or sticks, or gears. Green circuits. Green circuits are next. And then these advanced assembly things. I want to do green circuits, but I also want to do these electronic components. Now, they need glass and plastic, silicone. So I would assume they're higher in the tech tree than green circuits. So let's take a look. Interesting that the scroll bar doesn't work. So what is it that gets you green circuits? Oh, it's this itself, literally. So there's green circuits, and then you probably need these advanced electronics. And that gets you advanced electronics. Okay, so that tells me that they're in the chain before those. So green circuits it is, and we assume that we're going to need, a billion of them. Also, we've done this with the wood in this way. And wood is a resource that's consumed here in a furnace, which I'm not really